Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm back at Universal Studios Hollywood, as you can see, to check up on the Halloween Horror Nights construction and cruise around the park and have some fun. So, how about you and I dive right in. Oh yeah, it's gonna be another beautiful day here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Yeah, I'm starting off here in the parking structure, the ET parking structure. Always love parking. I mean, who doesn't love parking in the ET parking structure? But you know, don't worry, I still love the Curious George and the Jurassic parking structures as well. And you know what, I should be trying to park in the Frankenstein lot because we're approaching Halloween Horror Nights, which is, you know, obviously what we're gonna be covering a lot today. But you know, it's hard to park over at Frankenstein, so we're just gonna give ET some more love. But you know, we're still giving Curious George parking structure some love just because this is where we can see all of the Halloween Horror Nights construction. So yeah, let's head over here. All right, we made it over to the Curious George Halloween Horror Nights mazes. There's a lot of activity going on down here. Again, I'm gonna avoid people's faces as much as possible. I'm gonna be respectful to their workplace this morning because yeah, there is a lot of activity happening. There's a couple forklifts going by. They're moving these truss structures over here, moving them in front of the Haunting of Hill House maze, and I'm sure they'll move a couple of them in front of the Pandora's Box attraction, which is what we're looking at right here. And those are usually used for either intelligent lighting or like pin spotlights that will light up the facades and whatnot. So I'm doing a lot of that right now, and as you can see right next to Pandora's Box, there's a lot of lumber in front of us right there, so that means still some heavy construction happening on the inside, and it looks like they have some more lighting boxes down over here at the corner. Now, we do know that audio has been installed, so I'm sure all of the lighting is being installed as well, and with Pandora's Box, there's a lot of black lights in this particular attraction, so it's going to be fun to walk through that once again with all the fluorescent spookiness. But yeah, lots of progress here at Curious George, the Pandora's Box area, and Haunting of Hill House. This is your look at Haunting of Hill House. Oh man, I called that facade to a T. I totally predicted that this was what it was gonna look like. You know, when I saw them put up that sheet, that just flat surface, and they were installing the facade structure, I knew that this was gonna be something that really wasn't textured all that much. It was just gonna be like a sticker or a painting or something just kind of showing off like the logo and then the main like icon of the show. So yeah, there you have it. There is the facade for Haunting of Hill House. And like I was saying earlier, here are the truss structures that they've been moving around with the forklifts. Now lighting will go on those and then they will just project onto the facade. So that'll be really nice at night. And then off in the corner where that gentleman is, you can see some Scenic. So Scenic is going into the maze right now, which is nice. I've been seeing a lot of people going in and out of the attraction. And yeah, you know, they're putting all that nitty-gritty stuff in there, doing a lot of final work as they're nearing the finish line of HHN Build 2021. Yeah, these mazes are, this is the point of construction where things get a little crazy because they're just sprinting to make sure that everything is complete for the opening, which Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood opens up on September 9th, so we are rapidly approaching that date. And again, lots of activity, forklifts going all over the place, still a lot of lumber down over here, closest to me on the Curious George parking structure. Alrighty, now that we're done with that, let's make our way in the park, joining the crowd here, walking through City Walk. We have a lot to see on the inside of the park as well, because we also have to ride the studio tour because it looks like Tear Tram might be making a comeback. I love seeing these archways. It's always a great day at Universal. I've never had a bad day here. It's always so much fun. And it looks like the park is pretty busy today. It's the last stretch of the summer season, so everyone's getting their last theme park trips in before school and all that fun stuff. All right, we've made it inside the park. You know, that was relatively easy, super quick. The front gate there and security. So shout out to you guys in the front for making things really efficient. But you know the drill. We're heading over to Waterworld real quick and just to see if we can find anything on the outside. If not, we'll just move on to the next thing. So over at Waterworld, really nothing has changed from the last video. The facade still looks the same in the front as you're walking into the performance space, and then the outside that we kind of always look at that sheet of lumber, and it looks like to be a really large scene. Nothing has changed there either, and they haven't even painted it black yet. So I'm assuming as we get a little closer to the opening of the event, we're gonna see some changes, but for right now, it all just looks the same over at Waterworld. Alright, we made it over to the Bride of Frankenstein Lives over here at the Parisian Courtyard. This is the week's look at the facade, and again, the facade is complete. Everything is done on this end. They're just doing a lot of construction on the inside of the attraction, so a lot of those lighting fixtures are being installed, the sound is being installed, and just like we saw over at Haunting of Hill House, there's probably a lot of scenic going in here, and the painters are probably having some fun as they get to the finish line. But I'm thinking that this particular maze is nearly complete, just because there's not as much activity on this particular attraction as there are on the other attractions scattered throughout the park. You know, out of all the attractions here, I am excited to see this one because it's one of the newer ones. We only technically have 2 new attractions this year so far, so I'm really excited to check this one out. How about you, Scott? What do you think?
I feel like this thing is probably going to be the best facade this year. Obviously, we've seen the Hill House facade now.
Yeah.
We came on a good day, Dylan. Let me just tell you that. We came on a really good day. But the Bride of Frankenstein Lives, I just said in my video, I think that it's going to compete with Hill House. That's the best maze.
Oh yeah, you know, I agree. I think this one might be, yeah, this one's definitely going to compete for the best maze this year. I think it might be the best maze. And for those that don't know, as far as the audio is concerned, Slash is doing the music again for this one. He's been doing all the classic Monster. Wow, that person was running super fast. But he's been doing all the classic Monster mazes, so he's doing this one too. So this is going to at least have a really cool soundtrack to it. I'm assuming the inside is going to look gorgeous. And just like last week, they still have all of the lighting up pointing at the facade, so that's just pretty much ready to go as well. And then here's a look at the side on French Street. Again, not much has changed. I think this particular section is done, so we're not going to see a lot of movement here. But yeah, that's your update on the Bride of Frankenstein Lives. Again, not much happening there. So let's move on to the Super Nintendo project. Let's take a look down there. And then I think after this, we'll go on the studio tour because I think there's a lot of activity happening there. Another great day to play in the water for sure. I'm assuming later on in the day, this is going to be packed because yeah, it is hot. But let's make our way this way. Oh wow, you can see pretty much everything. It's really nice today. Let's make our way over here, take a look at Super Nintendo World. And it looks like from this vantage point, I'm not really seeing anything new this week. It's just the same. They have the insulation being installed, and that outer sheeting that goes on the metal around the perimeter of Super Nintendo World. Other than that, I can't really see anything. I'll zoom in and see if I can get a couple shots. I did see crews working on the project a couple days ago online, so this might just be one of those like weird off days where they're really not working on much, or they're inside the main show building for the Mario Kart attraction. But yeah, I mean, hey, oh wait, no, I see a couple people. I see a couple people on site. I'm pretty far away, so it's hard to see. Everyone looks like little ants from here. But yeah, there are crews on site. So yeah, just slow and steady work today. You know, they might ramp this up maybe around the fall or winter. We might see a huge ramp up with the project. I am very excited for Super Nintendo World. You know, as far as Super Nintendo World is concerned here at Universal Studios Hollywood, they do have some new merch, and we're gonna check that out a little bit later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm stoked for that to open. I think it's gonna be a great addition to the park. And we have Hogsmeade and now Super Nintendo World, and I'm sure they're gonna continue to expand Super Nintendo World. There's a lot they can do with that particular franchise. All right, we've made it over to the world famous studio tour. Only a 15-minute wait, that's not too bad. Yeah, there's a lot of work happening on the backlot when it comes to the Halloween Horror Nights front. I've seen some photos online, but I want to see it for myself. So yeah, let's jump in line for this and enjoy a nice ride on the studio tour. Maybe we'll see some movies being filmed. OMG, look at the construction in the backlot. We're gonna get that first. Let me work my way around this barrier here. Now, I don't know if this is for a theme park or for a production. Usually when you film a big giant movie with practical sets, they'll build these massive you know, facades and all that kind of fun stuff for the film. But I don't know, again, if it's for the film side of things or for theme park. But we'll check back every single week and see how things progress. Now, I've made it over to the studio tour and I'm waiting for an electric tram, and what's cool is these little pieces on the ground, these are the chargers, and there's one over there, and then there's 2 more on this section. So how neat. I love that they're switching the trams over to electric trams. It's great for the studio because obviously they don't make any noise, whereas these ones that run on the fuel, yeah, they definitely make a little bit of noise. But yeah, let's wait for the electric tram and take a ride. And I was also told that they have the chargers in the unload area, so that's pretty efficient. You know, the tram stops to unload, it starts to charge wirelessly, and then it heads over here to the load section of the station and charges again while it's waiting for guests to board. It's really neat, and I'm hoping that they switch all the trams over to electric. I'm sure they will. They're probably still in the testing phases for a lot of this to make sure that they are running smoothly enough to operate all day. Now, if you're wondering, well, how do I tell if it's an electric tram or not? Well, one, the obvious thing is there's no engine on it. It's just the battery pack on the bottom and in the second car. And the other way to tell is on the sides of the tram, you know, has the Universal Studios logo. The Universal Studios logo will be in green on the electric trams. The ones on the normal trams are in yellow. And here comes the electric tram. It's so quiet. How neat is this? This is so cool. Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. You can tell that it's electric from obviously the green marking, and look at the logo is green as well. And then there's no engine, it's just the battery pack at the bottom. Oh, this is so neat, it's so quiet, I love that.
Please do not attempt to board until we open the gates. Again, please stay on your star behind the red line. We appreciate your patience.
It's very exciting. It's real exciting for me and Adam because normally these trams are loud. The engines are very loud, but it's very quiet. I like it a lot. So one of the creators of which is Michael Schur, also films in those. You can hear a little bit of thunder, you can see a little bit of lightning if you're looking at the buildings. Those are just speakers and strobe lights creating the ambiance of the rainstorm. Now we just need the rain. Cue rain, please. There we go. The rain is being made by using an overhead sprinkler system. So this is actually a very simple effect. You could very easily do this at home if we have any future filmmakers on board. You just take a sprinkler system that would normally be used to put out fire. You turn the sprinklers upside down of how they normally would go, put them on top of poles. They shoot water into the air, and then that air falls back down to earth naturally, giving it the appearance you see here in rain. Could not be easier. Like I mentioned, you could very easily do this at home if you wanted to. Maybe just do it outside so you don't make a mess. So you might need a rainstorm like this for a movie. You could need a sleet storm, a snowstorm, basically any weather effect. Oh, you might even need a flash flood like this one. You might get just a little wet, especially if you're in the front car. Whoops-a-daisy. Well, there you go, Adam. You got an up-close and personal view of the shark. How'd you like it? You liked it? Well, you put us all in a lot of danger for that. Okay, Adam?
So just got off the world-famous studio tour. You know, first and foremost, the electric tram experience was so nice. It was very peaceful and calm, and the tram is very quick too. Like especially going up that hill towards the old Whoville sets and the Psycho House. That whole area, the Bates Motel, it went up that hill very quick, a lot faster than the old trams do. So, you know, all around, I think Universal has a perfect little product on their hands. It's efficient, it's clean, and you know, it's just nice and relaxing. There's no noise to it, and it's great when you're going through some of the like the scenes like the earthquake scene or the Fast and the Furious or King Kong. You don't have the roar of the engine going in. It's just incredibly silent. So I really did like that aspect of the tour today, and I hope the rest of the trams eventually convert into electric trams. Now on the Halloween Horror Nights front, there is a lot of work going on at the Bates Motel. Oh, there goes that. There goes the older trams. You can definitely hear them. But the Bates Motel has a lot of work happening right there. So, you know what? I think Terror Tram is making a comeback just because they're doing a lot of work. There's a lot of lumber in that area, and I doubt it's for some sort of production. I think it's for Halloween Horror Nights. Didn't really see too much at the War of the Worlds set, so just kind of skimmed through that. And then also, I noticed that the soundstage where The Exorcist is going to be located, that door was open, but I wasn't able to get a shot of that, so maybe try again next time. But for sure, some activity where Terror Tram normally would take place. And then also on the Super Nintendo front, I found where all the crews were. They're on the other side of the building, closest to those sound stages. They're working on the outer portion of where the perimeter is of Super Nintendo. So all the insulation and putting up that outer wall, that's where they all are. So lots of work happening there. It's really exciting to see some work happening, but you just can't see it on the inside of the park. You gotta take the studio tour to get an idea of how many people are working on the project, and there's quite a bit. It's nice to see that Super Nintendo World is trucking along pretty nicely. Here's a look this week at the back of Revenge of the Mummy, where the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is going, and wow, there's actually some new scenic in the back half that we could see. And in the front, it looks like there's a tiny bit more scenic as well, but most of the action's happening on the back half here. So I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see that. Some more bushes and trees are going into the back there, so that's really cool. So yeah, that's your look, at least down here. I'm not gonna go all the way downstairs because really not a lot is happening down the lower lot just yet. We're gonna head back upstairs, check out the Super Nintendo World merchandise because that is all new. So let's do that next, maybe say hello to a couple characters. But yeah, really excited that the maze down here behind Mummy is taking more shape as we continue to get closer to the opening of HHN 2021. Oh yeah, and we're taking the stairs now. I'm just obviously taking the shorter section, not taking the longer sections because I didn't go all the way downstairs, but nonetheless, let's get our steps in for the day. Now, since we're back up here in the upper lot, I did want to mention that here in Hogsmeade at 3 Broomsticks, which is right behind me, you can get pumpkin juice. For a while there, we couldn't find pumpkin juice at all, but it's here at the 3 Broomsticks. And as we're kind of working our way up, look who it is. It's Shrek and Fiona. My goodness. Oh, hello, Fiona. Nice to see you. Whoa, love those karate moves. Love it. Yeah, you're the best. You know, with Halloween Horror Nights coming in, I wonder if Shrek and Fiona are excited about Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, I think Fiona could take on Horror Nights. She's a tough girl. I mean, look at those karate moves. You can't beat those karate moves. And then over here on New York Street, nothing Halloween Horror Nights related happening just yet. The lighting has still not been installed up there, and there's no decorations, but I'm sure very, very soon we'll start seeing some goodies. Alrighty, I'm in the Universal Studios store in the upper lot. We're gonna try to find some Super Nintendo World stuff. I believe it's in the next shop. I'm in like the first shop closest to the Starbucks. So yeah, let's venture on through in the air conditioning to find some Super Nintendo World merchandise. And I've found the Super Nintendo stuff. Wow, they sure do have a lot, and it's even back there as well. So we're just gonna kind of do a quick lap, but we have Mario and Luigi stuff. We have plush, t-shirts, little dolls, and look at these like little keychains right here. Those are nice. $13 for that. Love that. These t-shirts are quite nice as well. Oh yeah, getting your $30 for that. See, you can get all this merchandise and be completely ready to go for Super Nintendo World on opening day. Oh man, look at all this stuff over here. More plush. Oh, how cute. Little Yoshi. Yoshi is $20. I wonder if there'll be a Yoshi ride. There is one in Japan. Not really sure if there's going to be one here in Hollywood. And of course, they have different sizing available for all the different plush as well. For $60, they have these zip-up hoodies. This is a Luigi, and I'm sure they have, yep, they do have a Mario version. Of course, they have some for the little ones as well. The little one is $45 for that, and again, the big one is $60. That's the back. And here's the front. Okay, these are really cool. I love those. These are $35 for the Ghost. And then around there I have, look at that, Bowser. Oh man, $35 for that. Oh, and then look at these. I'm just laughing over there's a Jimmy Fallon segment on right now that they're like trying to guess noises. But anyways, here are the pins. These are really nice as well. You get 4 of them for $19. Little focus, there we go. Oh dang, I didn't even see this section. Oh my goodness, they have all the Mario Kart goodies. They have some sleepwear, loungewear. They even have more pins. Look at that, those are really nice. I believe these are $19 as well. Yep, these are $19. You get 4 of them. That's a pretty good deal for 4 little pins. We have some t-shirts, more plush, more Mario Kart t-shirts. Oh, look at this, we got the Princess Peach. And for $28, they even have the drawstring bags. Those are really neat. This t-shirt right here, incredibly vibrant. I mean, the pink, it's hard to tell on camera, but it is $30 for that. Wow. Oh, look at these giant hats. This one's cute. They are, if I can find the price, it's a mystery, it's a mystery. It is $32 for the hat. They have Mario and Luigi. Oh yeah. Oh, we all know these little guys. And these, oh, this is a hat. Wow, okay. And these hats are $32. Love that. Oh, look at the Bowser t-shirt. Again, super vivid. in person. You gotta see these in person. The coloring on these t-shirts is amazing. And that's just a quick little overview of what they have here at the Universal Studios store right when you walk into the park. Now I'm sure as we get closer to the grand opening of Super Nintendo World, they're gonna have even more merchandise available for you here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Well, that's gonna do it for today's video from Universal Studios Hollywood. I hope you enjoyed it and that look at the Halloween Horror Nights construction and of course, a bunch of other little goodies sprinkled throughout the video. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button, and if you're new to the channel and you love these videos and more, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you stay up to date on every time I post new videos. I have an Instagram account, I'll leave that link down below in the description, as well as a huge thank you and a shout out to my Buy Me a Coffee supporters. You guys help make a lot of these videos possible, and if you want to help support the channel, you can do so by following the link down below in the description. It's like a $5 donation and it helps out tremendously. But it was a wonderful day, a lot going on here at Universal Studios Hollywood. We're gearing up for HHN 2021. It's just a few short weeks away. Tickets are on sale, you can buy those. The multi-night passes at the day of filming this are not available just yet, but I'm sure they'll be available very, very soon. But other than that though, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the park. Bye.